The justification of fighting cybercrime is flawed.
If he has changed his mind today, why is the same people who stood for it are now standing against it? And so you see how these politicians, they play with our mind. They always play mind games with us.
The fight against cybercrime across the world has never been done by governments. It is always done by private sector agencies.
If you have changed your mind, kindly come out, tell us why you have changed your mind now, why you think now it is important for us to go for it. If you stood against it before and now there is a change of mind, you should let us know. Don't just push it under the carpet pretending you never stand against it or you never stood against it before. That is the same thing he did during the DSTV whole issue. In the beginning, you said you are not going for added values. That is just one thing I don't like about Honorable Sam George. And now say the Jatano, you cannot stand defeat. You just have to defend yourself in any way. In the era where Honorable Haruna Idrisu is encouraging that we speak our mother tongue in schools. This is in English. How do we read all this? I don't understand. And I agree with presidency if he says that government warns ministers against public announcing policies about prior cabinet approval.
I'm directing the Director General of the Ghana Education Service and the GES that from today, teacher use of mother tongue instruction is now compulsory in all Ghanaian schools.
What Ghana's Cybersecurity Amendment Bill 2025 really means, the Cybersecurity Authority is going to have too much power. It has some good parts like protecting women and children online and tackling real cyber threats. You are excited that it is protecting women and children. Where are the men? Boys' lives matter too. There's an amendment bill out for consultation, which is the Cybersecurity Amendment Bill 2025. This has sparked a lot of conversations on social media, which people are dragging Honorable Sam George, Minister of Communications, Digitalization and Innovation. Now, this bill was released for consultation on October 15th, 2025. Thankfully, it has been extended to somewhere in November. And so we need to go and then read because, like I said, this has sparked a lot of conversation and I'll count it. But you see, people are against Honorable Sam George promoting this particular amendment bill because in the year 2019, he said this about the same cybersecurity bill that was in existence at that time. He spoke against it.
The justification of fighting cybercrime is flawed. You already have the infrastructure today that is fighting cybercrime. You have a national cybersecurity advisor at the ministry. There's a national cybersecurity center. There's a joint interministerial working group on fighting on cybercrime that has the Minister for National Security, has the Minister for Communications, has the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, has the Minister for Interior. There are about 7 ministers on it. And the structures exist. If you are setting up an authority, that is just a bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is going to be responsible for policy, regulation, and frameworks. That authority is not going to be responsible for the fight against cybercrime. The fight against cybercrime across the world has never been done by governments. It is always done by private sector agencies. What you will see is that government is going to say that, okay, for all.
And you see, personally, I don't have any problem with Honorable Sam George coming out now with a change of mind. Now, we all know that, and we all say something like this, that quote and unquote, it is only fools who do not change their mind. And so if today, Honorable Sam George thinks that what he stood against before, today he feels it will help us, I don't have any problem with that. The only problem I have is that if he has changed his mind today, why is the same people who stood for it are now standing against it? And so you see how these politicians, they play with our mind. They always play mind games with us. which I do not like. And then also concerning Honorable Sam George, what I do not like about what he is doing now is that, you see, like I said, you have every will to change your mind. Now, if you have changed your mind, kindly come out, tell us why you have changed your mind now, why you think now it is important for us to go for it. If you stood against it before and now there is a change of mind, you should let us know. Don't just push it under the carpet pretending you never stand against it or you never stood against it before. That is the same thing he did during the DSTV whole issue. In the beginning, you said you were not going for added values, but in a way, a lot of people thought that the second time that you came, what you brought, looks like an added value. Instead of you to be patient to explain, it became a whole lot of things. I mean, we all saw it on social media. That is just one thing I don't like about Honorable Sam George. And now say the Jatano, you cannot stand defeat. You just have to defend yourself in any way. Anyways, that is just by the way. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, there is an amendment bill of the cyber security, and a lot of people have raised concern. Now, this is the Cyber Security Amendment Bill 2025. It's a lot, which is about 32 pages, and we need to read all these. And especially in the era where Honorable Haruna Idrisu is encouraging that we speak our mother tongue in schools. This is in English. How do we read all this? If you are encouraging that children coming up should speak their mother tongue in school where they are teaching them this, I don't understand. And I agree with presidency if he says that government warns ministers against public announcing policies about prior cabinet approval. Based on what Honorable Haruna Idrisu announced, it didn't look like cabinet has approved it. We also heard him. He stood on authority given to him, that based on this issue that happened in the school, they should speak their mother tongue.
Mr. President, the story is told of a young girl whose teacher somewhere in the Ashanti region went in and was waxing English, teaching at that early stages of development. Then the child told the teacher that eya kachi kakrana mentiase. So, Mr. President, in line with that and with your authority, I'm directing the Director General of the Ghana Education Service and the GES that from today, teacher use of mother tongue instruction is now compulsory in all Ghanaian schools.
And like I said it on this channel, I don't think it is something we need to encourage. Like I said, it has advantages and disadvantages. And before we approve this, there should be some background checks that has to be done before we bring it out there. And so now we have somebody like K.O. Boateng, Nana Boateng on Twitter, K.O. Boateng, who has gone to read. And honestly, he's one of the people who are championing that we all go and then read and then get to see certain things that is going to affect us so that they scrap this bill because it is going to affect us. Now, let's hear some of the things that he has spoken about. Because me, honestly, this I have read and I would want to take you through what Nana Boateng is talking about. He says, what Ghana's Cybersecurity Amendment Bill 2025 really means. In 2020, Ghana passed the Cybersecurity Act 1038 to secure our digital space and fight cyber threats. The 2025 Amendment Bill changes that the law major ways. And here is what's new and why it matters. Okay, so he says in 2020, Ghana passed the Cybersecurity Act 103 to keep people safe online and protect the country from cyber attacks. It created the Cybersecurity Authority to regulate and educate, not to arrest or prosecute anyone. The Cybersecurity Authority's job was to coordinate and not to policing. But in the 2025 Amendment Bill changes that it gives the Cybersecurity Authority new powers to 1, investigate and prosecute cyber crime, 2, arrest, search, and seize like the police, 3, freeze bank accounts or property linked to suspected cyber crimes. Now, the next one is that only the police could arrest, in 2020, only the police could arrest or prosecute cyber crime cases. The new bill changes that the Cybersecurity Authority officers will now have the same powers as police, allowing them to investigate, arrest, and even seize property under the Attorney General's approval. That's a major shift in power. So according to him, with this particular one, he feels the Cybersecurity Authority is going to have too much power over cyber crimes. And me in particular, honestly speaking, unless there's too much and not there's too much to it that I cannot figure out. If their job, Cybersecurity Authority, if their job is to protect, I don't see why they shouldn't have power. If their job is to do that, why shouldn't they have power, which is under the authority or under the approval of the Attorney General? Why can't they do that? Unless there's something I am not seeing. But anyways, it's something he has raised, a concern he has raised, that if there's something that can be done about it, maybe I think it will go a long way to help. That is a concern. And I like the fact that we share opinions without any unpalatable words. This is good. Me, I like it that way. He feels they having too much authority over people online, because he is a tech guy, and he feels in some. I saw someone asking a question that, so if I come on, someone from Pong tweeted that, so if I come online to educate people on basic cybersecurity stuff without license, I could be fined. And he said, exactly. And so probably those who are into this thing, they feel scared, because even if it's a mistake you did, the law has stated it. You are guilty and you're going to be fined or jailed. And so I feel where he's coming. I now get it from where he's coming from, that there's a bit of a true kakao because of that power that they have. Now let's go to the next part of concern that he raised. Okay, he says the bill allows the Cybersecurity Authority to freeze your property or bank account if you are suspected of cyber crime before any court decides you are guilty. They must apply to court within 14 days to confirm it. And he has quoted where you can find that. But it's still a freeze, first confirm, later process. And I get it. I get it. I get it to this point. I get it because if you are suspected of doing something wrong, they need to investigate you. And so say Jones, but you see, like I always say, there's advantage and disadvantage, but I think we can still do better. That is why it has been extended to to somewhere November. And so we should be grateful that so much concerns have been raised that we would pay attention to it. And I'm so glad that today we now understand that quote in this song. We are all involved. We are all in. We all need to be involved. Masa, why in Shishimuna? Would that them pants now yeah. And so I'm so glad today we are now aware of the things that are going on in government. We are now aware. And so it is good. So I applaud Naa Lartey for this campaign. It is very, very important. Now, he also says that this could easily harm innocent people or small businesses if abused. The Cybersecurity Authority can now enter and inspect office systems and files. Inspectors can demand documents, copy data, or audit systems to check compliance. Refusing them access is a criminal offense, punishable by fines or imprisonment. No independent oversight is mentioned, only internal Cybersecurity Authority authorization. Another one he stated is that every cybersecurity professional, company, or organization must now be licensed or accredited by the Cybersecurity Authority before offering services. So that was the question someone asked. So in the bill, you find it in section 49 and 57. Even NGOs or non-profits doing free cybersecurity education must register and pay fees. Section 58B. You see, this one, it's kind of dicey kakra. Why is it that we don't want to do the right thing? If there's something you need to do, why don't you go for accreditation? Even today, when events are going on, they ask that if you're a blogger, you're a media person, come for accreditation. You don't just go there and then in the name of you being a media person, now you are coming to cover. No. This one, I think they should. I think that's where he stated that even if it's a mistake, they will not even ask you any question. Nah, masa, you are guilty. But I think that one, at least if you do not know about, anyways, that is why now the bill is out. You need to go and read it so that you know. We all need to be aware of it. I hear there's something like ignorance of the law is no what? Yeah. So if you are ignorant, it doesn't mean you should be pardoned. But anyways, if it's even in the Bible, so please, people will keep misbehaving. Today, looking at how cybersecurity is a problem in this world, not just in Ghana alone, in the world, it's disturbing, very disturbing. Now, he also says that providing a cybersecurity service without Cybersecurity Authority approval now comes with heavy penalty, 600,000 Ghana cedi to 1.2 million. Mame Fabian serious. One kwaji license, you'll be fined 600,000 Ghana cedis to 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, you're now starting. When you answer there, and then you are going to jail straight up. This adds major costs and paperwork to startups. That's what I mentioned, like startups and non-profit groups. I think they should do something about it, just because of these people, because someone is now starting, and this is a concern that if in his or her own way, if he puts this information out there, it will help her. Why would we stop them because they do not have license? And maybe they have not been able to get the stance to be able to get the license to do what they are supposed to do. I think there should be something that should be done about it. Now, another thing is that a cybersecurity service means any activity meant to protect or secure computer systems or data, whether done for payment or fee, or whether done for payment or free. This broad definition means even IT support, developers, or startups working with data security may fall under the Cybersecurity Authority regulation. This can be exploited. The bill adds new cybersecurity power to certify the security of AI, blockchain, IoT, quantum computing, and cloud tech. And this can be found in section 4A, B, C, and 58A. That gives the cybersecurity major control over which new technologies or startups can launch products in Ghana. In fact, based on what I have read so far, there's a lot in there. And the power the Cybersecurity Authority carries in this bill, I think it's a hadrin, and I support it. He's added a hashtag, which is scrap the Cybersecurity Bill 2025. I support it because it will affect certain, it will affect all of us, because in this era of digitalization, it will affect all of us. But I still stand for the part where we do not abuse democracy. In the name of democracy, people sit on social media and speak anyhow. Then again, he applauded by saying that I can go on and on about this bill. I don't disagree. Underline this word. I don't disagree with everything. It has some good parts like protecting women and children online and tackling real cyber threats. You are excited that it is protecting women and children. Where are the men? Boys' lives matter too. Yes, you see, it's a disadvantage or advantages, and so bibi ebekwa mo bi enkomo bia intimi pamocho yina yemfa yeti embum. Let's come together, weigh it, which one is will help all of us. Let's weigh the advantages and then disadvantages, and then I think Ghana will be about I think Ghana will be a better place to live in. I mean, and he also said that, but given the Cybersecurity Authority police powers, control over tech innovation, and financial gain from fines is a dangerous mix. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the view of Naa Lartey. And like I said earlier on, I support him in some of the things he said, and I've stated all of them. Let us all go and then read. Let's take time to read. I've also read it, and there's no lie in what he's saying. That is his understanding. I also have my own understanding, and I've shared most of them. You too, go and read. Share your understanding. It is there for consultation. Put your view there. Oh, yeah. come back on social media. Let's champion the #scrap Cybersecurity Bill 2025. To fit everybody in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, like I always tell you, this year we are clocking it. We are clocking it. We need to talk about it. We can clock it. You cannot go and sit online. This bill has been passed. Now you cannot do certain things. I mean, when I look at it carefully, it can affect business owners online. Yes, let us all join this campaign, and it will go a long way to help all of us. Don't forget, the name still remains Naa here on Naa Lartey TV, and I'll see you in this video. Bye-bye.